What is going on YouTube? It is FlopFish here, and welcome back to BGM with the Winnipeg Jets. This is episode number 2, and first things first, we are gonna go through and put the most voted on trade through here, and that was the Yakupov trade. So it's Pavlik for Yakupov and Buns. Let's go propose that trade. Let's see if Edmonton takes it, because with the Tokarski and whatchamacallit, Tokarski and Brodeur were pretty set for a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's put Pavlik up there. And let's swap over to Edmonton here. And let's see if this will go through. So I'd be pretty excited, I'm not going to lie, if it goes through. And we're taking Buns because he's got the lowest potential. And then we need to get Skaters. There we go. He's a right wing, yep. And let's get Yakupov. So, I mean, it's not a bad trade. I feel like if we have to, like, overall, it's just fairly even, actually. Trade value, again, he is a little bit higher, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. Alright, perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and let's propose a trade. Alright, they accepted. Nice. We got rid of Pavlik, so we got rid of him on a 4-year contract, or 3-year contract that's with about 4 mil. I brought in Yakupov, who's only 3.75, so a little bit cheaper, but it's only for this year. But that's going to really help our lines out. So I'm pretty excited for that deal, I'm not going to lie, because that gives us a fairly solid team overall. And let's go ahead and let's manage the rosters here. And let's go. So Yakupov, where's he going to fit in? I think we have him nailed right there. Perfect. Get it nailed. I'm punny. I kind of want Halishuk over Thornberry. So we're going to actually substitute. Player you're substituting. There we go. I like that. I like those lines a lot better. They're a little bit deeper. Man, I like this. I like the way we're moving with this. So we got a very good second line, one that I'm honestly super excited to see play. Let's go look at power plays. Let's just see how they're set up, and they're all good there. Let's go look at the 4-man, because I want Kane playing on this. So I think we got to give Kane. We got to give Kane, and honestly, I'd like to see Yakupov get some playing time on the power play. But problem is that we almost need to get rid of Wheeler or Ladd in order to do that, and I really don't want to get rid of them. They had good chemistry last game, so let's see how this works. Let's go with special or extras. 4-on-4. All right, so line 1, line 2. What about line 3? Perot and Ladd, yeah, whatever. Actually, you know what? 4-on-4, I'd rather have. I'll put no, not Kane. Where is Yak? I'll put Yakupov there, and I'll put Ladd on the point on the third pairing. I feel like Ladd could probably hold his own on the point, so I'm really not gonna feel too bad about that. Let's go with the extra attacker now, Ladd and Kane, and let's go to the shootout, where we have, let's go with Wheeler. Wheeler had that really nice goal for us last game. I think I'll leave him in there. Kane, you got to leave Kane in. Little's pretty crafty, but let's change him up for, let's go with Yakupov here, and changing current line. And then Ladd, nah, I don't want Ladd. I want Scheifele in here as opposed to Ladd. Let's go Scheifele, changing current line. Alright, anyone else we want to quick swap around? I think we want to go with Yakupov, Kane, Yakupov, Wheeler, Kane, right? It should go like that. Or no, it should go like this. What way does it go? I think, was Little our last shooter? Yeah, Little was our last shooter, so that's right. So Little actually scored for us, so let's keep him in. There we go. That should be good. That should be solid. And I think our goaltenders will be Tokarski and Brodeur. So let's go ahead and let's give Tokarski the start today. So Facing the San Jose Sharks, going with the Karski in net. Even though Brodeur won the last game, we're going to try to keep him fairly unfatigued. So let's go ahead and let's hop right into this next game. Once, cancel. I don't want to exit. There we go. So I'm pretty excited with that trade. I think this team's going to look good. So let's go ahead and let's play the game. And let's see if we can position. So you can't actually position lock on this screen like you can normally. But we're taking on the San Jose Sharks. It should be a pretty good contest. And again, 3 minutes. There we go. What line do we want to start things with? I think because we're facing the San Jose Sharks, I'd say we'd want to go with. Let's give Yakupov's line. Nah, we got to match up against their top line. You know what? Our first line's a shutdown line, and our first D pairing's a shutdown pairing. That's what I want against their first line. And actually, if there's one thing I do want to change, I want to change the way the second line plays. Forward line 2. There we go. I want them to be a crash the net kind of line. I want them to carry the puck. I think that's definitely better. I'd rather see them be less efficient than anything. I want this line to be a very high octane offensive line. And let's go ahead and let's make them cycle a little bit less. Let's see what forward line 1's like. So it's an overload. I've been playing too much Hearthstone lately. Carry again. I do like to see my lines carry a little bit more. I want to make this line a little bit more efficient. This line can block shots and cycle. I would like to see that line do that. Forward line 3. That is a Frolik line. Again, this one. Again, we just want them to carry a little bit more. Cycle doesn't really matter. Actually, is that? Let's go with, I think we have to turn it down actually, for them to not block shots. There we go, or for them to block shots. And the fourth line, we're just gonna want the fourth line to. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll go crash the net for these guys. It's really all they should be able to do. And let's get them carrying a little bit less, trying to get them focusing on the cycle. And again, we'll get them to play with the high energy. And yeah, I think that looks good. Let's go defensive pairing 1, hold the line. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Let's go with that and hold the line. That is the second defense pairing. I'm going to want them to play a little bit more offensive, but I'm also going to want them to not cycle as much, so they'll just be able to shoot it in. And then third pairing, yeah, that's a good combo. All right, we got all the lines set up. All the strats are in place. Let's go ahead and let's get right into the next game. And so we are jumping right into things here at the SAP Center in San Jose, California. And we're going to get things rolling with the first line right here. Andrew Ladd's going to come in and he's going to do what he does best. He's going to cycle it around to Wheeler. And this line, man, this line has some good things going about it. And Ladd's going to put it in the back of the net off the rebound, putting us up 1-0 just under 2 minutes in. And we are off to a really good start. And so it's time for Yakupov to make his Winnipeg Jets debut on a line with Scheifele and Evander Kane. And you know what? I like the way Yakupov played this entire game. He definitely has some skill to him. He has that offensive upside we need. And he's also was fairly solid defensively. He was in the back check when we needed him. And that's what I like to see here. And right here, he's going to take the puck up. And he's going to generate a pretty good scoring chance. He likes to do that little move and dump it around the boards. And look at that scoring chance. That's a wicked scoring chance right there for him. I like that play, and he's going to get another shot off as well. But we're going to jump forward into the second period here, where with just under 8 minutes left, they're going to get a shot. Big glove save coming in from Tokarski, who also in his debut for the Jets made some unbelievable saves. Unfortunately, he makes a great save, but the rebound just pops out, and we could not contain him. And Rafi Torres puts it in to put it at 1-1. And then, once again, when it rains, it pours for us because we seem to allow a lot of goals really quickly. And we're going to get out forechecked here by their fourth line. and they're going to cycle us around and find, I believe it is Wingles in the slot. That just absolutely uncorks a one-timer, going top corner, past the blocker up to Karski. Not much you can do there. Actually, it was Adam Burish. It is a wicked shot, but puts him up 2-1. So we're going to counter with our first line, try to change the momentum a little bit here. And Wheeler's going to come in, and Wheeler, you know what? He's got a pretty good shot of his own, because he's going to rip that past the blocker of Antoniemi. What a shot from Blake Wheeler, putting the game up at 2s. And man, I like this way this line's going. It's got lots of offensive flair to it. Ladd's putting the puck in the net, Wheeler is, and they're shutting down the other team's first line, which is pretty solid. But watch that slap shot. Man, Niemi did not have a chance on that screenshot. Really happy to see that. And that is the way it would stand for a little bit at least, because we're going to run with the Scheifele, Yakupov, and Kane line again. And man, this line is absolutely insane, as we're going to get the puck out to Yakupov here, and it's a very solid offensive line. The line changes really seem to help it out. He's going to center this, a nice touch pass from Scheifele over to Evander Kane. Puts it in the back of the net. We're going up 3-2. That was a beautiful goal for the team. Yakupov's first point as a Winnipeg Jet, as well as Kane's first goal on the year. And then they're going to get a chance with just under 4 minutes left, and Tokarski's going to turn that aside. Tokarski stopped 16 of the 18 shots he faced this game. We end up winning it by a score of 4-2 after Tokarski makes another big save. And man, he played really solid. I'm happy with the way he played. I don't think any other goalie would have really changed the game that much. And Ladd's going to put the icing on the cake here, put in his second of the game, and I believe that's his third of the year. Either his second or third of the year, and we win this game 4-2. The 3 stars ended up being, the first star ended up being Andrew Ladd. The second star ended up being Evander Kane. Ladd had 2 goals and no assists in this game. And yeah, so that's his second of the year. And Kane ended up having the game-winning goal, the nice little play there. And then Dustin Tokarski was the 3rd star with his 16 saves, of which many of them were key saves, and definitely was a big reason why we won this game. So we go ahead and improve our record to 2-0. And so as we continue on this California road trip, taking on the LA Kings in the next game, heading down over to the Staples Centers, the boys are ready to face the defending Stanley Cup champions, who are 1-0-1 to start the year. So it should be a good game. I think we're going to be outmatched, and early on, they're going to strike first, as Dustin Brown's going to pick it up, center it to Kopitar. He's going to roof it glove side onto Karski. What a wicked shot, and putting them up 1-0 in a similar point, actually the exact same point that Ladd put us up in last game. So the captains finding a way to put their teams up early in both games. So but unfortunately for us, we're not going to get much generated. We were actually outplayed for a good portion of the period until I decided to throw out the 3rd line here against their 4th line, and it's going to pay its dividends after losing the faceoff. Frolik's going to take the puck and skate out to Gagliardi. Gagliardi's going to cut in, and he's going to look for Frolik. He finds Frolik backdoor. He's going to slide it just under the diving Jonathan Quick, who cannot make a miracle save there, and we are tied up at 1. So despite being massively outplayed, I think that was like our first or second shot of the period. We are tied at 1, and we're going to head into the second period. After the bad first period, I decided to start the second line off, and it definitely was a good call, because they're going to get a ton of early puck control, which is exactly what you want to do against a team like LA. You want to make sure you wear out their first line, especially in this game, and we're going to make sure Buff's going to get the big hold in here, and we're just going to start to cycle the puck a lot here, and that's going to be the big thing. We're going to be first on the puck in a lot of places, and you're going to see the high energy of this line, the speed, the youth, the skill kind of come in handy here, and Yak's going to get high sticks, so we're going to draw a penalty there, which is great for this line. We had a solid 6-minute shift almost in their zone. Actually, it's over 6 minutes. It was 6 minutes and 10-second shift in their zone, which is good out of any line. And on the ensuing power play, Ladd's going to come in. He's going to lose the puck back to the point. Little's going to find it, and he's going to find Andrew Ladd. Once again, the captain just blasting it past Jonathan Quick. Nothing he can do there. What a wicked shot. And we are up 2-1. That is the way it would stand until late in the second period, where we're going to look like we're out of harm's way here with the second line. Puck's going to find Yakupov, and Yakupov's going to go up. Instead of just dumping the puck in deep with 10 seconds left, tries to cut towards the net with a deke, loses the puck, and they're going to come back and counter the other way, and Jarrett Stoll's just going to blast one right past Tokarski, knotting the games up at 2, and that is the way we would stand all the way through until overtime. Both goalies played fairly solid in the third period. Once again, we were slightly outperformed, but we were slightly outmatched heading into the game. And we're going to pick things up in overtime here. Now, this is where I think our team would have been able to shine, but they're definitely a strong team. I mean, Kopitar's a very strong player, and he's definitely hard to check. If you're going to score a goal with him on the ice, it's a very good thing. I mean, we kept Vlasic to a -4, but at the same time, we couldn't do anything. And Kane's going to get a nice in-tight chance there, but he's going to pass it away, and they're going to come up on the counterattack. Kopitar's going to come in here, and he's just going to rifle his blocker side, almost barred down. It looked like posting in, actually, giving the LA Kings the overtime victory, moving our record to 2-0-1 with 5 points on the year. Not a bad start at all. Kopitar ended up being the first star of the game. Andrew Latta ended up being the second star, and I believe it was Dustin Brown that was the third star. This is what I kind of chose from that game, just how they played. Actually, no, it was Jarrett Stoll who was the third star, just because he was insane all game because he kept on shutting down our top line. But yeah, so that's where we stand. We're 2-0-1. We're tied with Chicago for second in the Central. We're behind Colorado, but they've played 2 more games, and they have 1 overtime loss and 1 regulation loss. So should be able to make up for that, hopefully. But I like what Yakupov did in his debut. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And also for next series, we're going to try showing the games in true broadcast mode. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, a rating is very much appreciated. As always, thank you for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on the flop side.